Welcome to AWS Mastery Labs, turning AWS chaos into clarity with bite-sized tutorials, hands-on labs, and exam-smashing tips. In this video, we'll explore how to get started with AWS Transfer Family, a fully managed service that enables secure file transfers directly into and out of Amazon S3 or Amazon EFS, using protocols like SFTP, FTPS, and FTP. Whether you're migrating legacy file transfer workflows to the cloud or building new data ingestion pipelines, we'll walk through the core concepts, setup process, and best practices. Let's get started. AWS Transfer Family is a fully managed, secure transfer service that enables you to move files into and out of AWS storage services such as Amazon S3 and Amazon EFS. It's designed to help organizations migrate, modernize, and operate traditional file transfer workflows in the cloud without rewriting legacy applications or changing client configurations. One of the biggest advantages of Transfer Family is its ability to automatically scale. Whether you're transferring a few files a day or handling thousands of concurrent connections, the service adjusts in real time to handle fluctuating workloads, eliminating the need for manual provisioning or infrastructure management. It offers native support for the most common file transfer protocols, including SFTP, FTPS, FTP, and even AS2 for B2B messaging, so you can connect with your partners, vendors, or internal systems using tools and processes that are already familiar and widely adopted. Additionally, AWS Transfer Family supports web browser-based file transfers, allowing users to upload and download files directly from their browser through an intuitive interface. This is especially useful for business users and partners who need quick access to shared files without using command line tools or third-party clients. Another key feature is its ability to provide a seamless migration path. You can switch to Transfer Family while retaining your existing client-side configurations, including authentication mechanisms, firewall rules, and access credentials, making the transition to AWS smoother and less disruptive. With its combination of managed scalability, protocol flexibility, and minimal operational overhead, AWS Transfer Family is an ideal solution for modernizing file transfer workflows in a secure, cloud-native way. AWS Transfer Family supports multiple protocols, including SFTP, FTPS, and FTP, allowing your users and applications to connect using the standard tools they're already familiar with. This flexibility makes it easy to integrate with a wide range of legacy systems and external partners without needing custom development or protocol conversion. Authentication is equally flexible. You can configure multiple authentication providers, including service-managed credentials, AWS Directory Service, Amazon Cognito, or even external identity providers via custom Lambda authorizers. This enables you to integrate file transfers seamlessly into your existing identity and access management workflows. Once users are authenticated, access is governed using IAM roles. These roles define exactly which S3 buckets or EFS file systems each user or group can access, along with precise controls over read-write permissions and path restrictions. This model supports granular, customizable access controls that align with your security and compliance requirements. All activity within the Transfer Family service is logged and monitored using Amazon CloudWatch logs. This provides deep visibility into user sessions, commands issued, and files transferred, critical for operational oversight, auditing, and troubleshooting. You can create real-time alerts and dashboards to track key metrics, monitor usage patterns, and detect anomalies. The architecture behind Transfer Family is fully managed by AWS. Users and applications connect via standard protocols and authenticate using usernames or keys. The service operates in the cloud, integrating with IAM, directory services, and AWS KMS to manage authentication and authorization. Files are securely stored in Amazon S3, with all access controlled through IAM. Meanwhile, CloudWatch logs ensure full visibility, making the entire process secure, scalable, and compliant, without the burden of managing your own servers. AWS Transfer Family, when used as part of a managed file transfer strategy, provides a fully managed solution. That means AWS handles the provisioning, scaling, patching, and high availability of the transfer endpoints. You don't have to worry about managing servers, dealing with protocol daemons, or maintaining uptime. AWS takes care of it all. This lets your teams focus on file workflows, not infrastructure. MFT covers a wide range of common use cases. For example, you can automate operations like file compression or extraction to reduce storage footprint or prepare files for downstream consumption. You can also incorporate encryption or decryption, ensuring files are securely handled according to your data protection policies. More advanced workflows often include content filtering, such as extracting specific metadata or redacting sensitive information, as well as security scanning for malware or policy violations. These steps help maintain compliance and protect your storage environment from risk. To accelerate setup, AWS provides a library of predefined actions that you can use in your workflows. These include operations like copy, tag, or delete, which can be automatically triggered as soon as a file lands in your S3 bucket. And for more customized needs, you can invoke AWS Lambda functions directly as part of your transfer process. This gives you the power to define custom business logic, such as notifying users on file arrival, validating file contents, or triggering downstream processing pipelines without ever leaving the cloud-native ecosystem. Together, these capabilities make AWS Transfer Family with MFT a powerful, secure, and flexible foundation for modern file-based workflows, fully automated, fully auditable, and fully managed. In today's fast-paced digital landscape, businesses require secure, reliable, and compliant methods to exchange critical data with their partners, suppliers, and customers. AWS Transfer for AS2 provides the ideal solution for meeting these needs, particularly when workflows have strict compliance requirements that demand robust data protection and security features built directly into the protocol. For industries like supply chain logistics, where businesses exchange sensitive information such as purchase orders, shipping details, and inventory levels, AWS Transfer for AS2 ensures that data remains secure throughout the transfer process. With real-time data exchange capabilities, businesses gain better visibility and agility in their supply chain operations. The service also ensures data integrity, protecting against tampering or unauthorized changes to critical logistics data. When it comes to payment workflows, AWS Transfer for AS2 is vital for securely transmitting payment instructions, banking data, and transaction confirmations. In the world of finance, compliance with regulations such as PCI DSS is non-negotiable, and AS2's built-in encryption and digital signatures offer the necessary security and compliance features. For business-to-business transactions, especially in industries like healthcare and finance, the need for secure, efficient, and reliable data exchange is paramount. AWS Transfer for AS2 allows businesses to confidently exchange important documents. The service seamlessly integrates with enterprise systems like ERP and CRM, streamlining operations and improving communication between partners. Once files arrive, AWS Event Bridge triggers custom workflows that automate essential processing tasks. Incoming files can be archived for compliance, decrypted if encrypted, and scanned for malware to maintain security and integrity. This integration of AWS Transfer Family with AS2 protocol, combined with event-driven automation and S3 storage, delivers a robust, scalable, and secure file transfer solution. It empowers businesses to meet compliance requirements, reduce operational overhead, and accelerate their digital workflows with confidence. Let's take a moment to explore a user-friendly extension of AWS Transfer Family, the AWS Transfer Family of web apps. This feature allows you to create web applications that provide a simple, intuitive interface for transferring data directly from a web browser. There's no need for users to install or configure file transfer clients. With just a few clicks, they can securely upload, browse, and download files stored in Amazon S3, all within a clean, browser-based experience. These web apps act as a branded, secure, and highly available portal for your end users, be it employees, partners, or clients. The interface can be customized with your organization's branding, and custom URLs can be configured for the web access endpoint, delivering a seamless and professional user experience. From a security and access management standpoint, the web apps are natively integrated with AWS IAM Identity Center. This means you can use your existing identity provider, such as Microsoft Active Directory, Okta, or Azure AD, for federated authentication and single sign-on. In addition, support for Amazon S3 Access Grants provides fine-grained access control, so users only see the specific S3 objects and paths they're permitted to access. Every action within the web app, from logins to file uploads and downloads, is logged through AWS CloudTrail. These logs are invaluable for auditing, compliance reporting, and security investigations, allowing you to track who did what and when across all endpoints and access channels. In this illustration, we're looking at the AWS Transfer Family web app interface, where a user is securely accessing their files stored in Amazon S3 through a simple browser-based portal. The screen displays the contents of a main folder, including a list of subfolders and individual documents, mimicking the structure and usability of a traditional file explorer. Each folder can be opened to reveal nested content, and documents can be downloaded or replaced with just a click. The interface supports intuitive navigation, letting users easily browse their file hierarchy, manage uploads, or organize content without any technical overhead. This experience is fully secured through AWS IAM Identity Center integration, ensuring that users only see what they're permitted to access. Whether it's a partner accessing a drop folder or an employee working on shared content, the interface adapts based on fine-grained permissions behind the scenes. This portal can also be custom branded and accessed through a dedicated URL, delivering a cohesive and secure experience tailored to your organization or customer base, all while being backed by Amazon S3's durability and scalability. It's a great example of how AWS Transfer Family modernizes file transfer workflows while keeping things accessible and user-friendly. In this illustration, we see two distinct groups of users on the left. First, we have file transfer users, technical teams or external partners, connecting through a secure SFTP interface. These users typically rely on legacy workflows and established automation tools. Alongside them, we have non-technical users who interact with the system through a user-friendly web application. This web interface allows them to upload, browse, and download files using just a browser. No special tools or technical knowledge required. Both user types are connected to the AWS Transfer Family, hosted entirely in the AWS cloud. This fully managed service handles the underlying infrastructure, security, and scaling needs, allowing users to focus purely on their data. When a file is uploaded, regardless of the entry point, it lands in a centralized incoming S3 bucket. This action triggers an event captured by Amazon EventBridge, which then kicks off a series of custom file processing steps. First, each incoming file is archived to ensure a tamper-proof copy is retained for audit or rollback purposes. If the file is encrypted, the system automatically performs decryption using predefined keys or services. A malware scan is then triggered to inspect the contents. Any suspicious files are immediately quarantined to a secure, isolated location. For safe files, the next step is transformation. For example, converting EDI documents into structured formats for downstream applications. After transformation, any temporary or work-in-progress files are deleted, ensuring the environment stays clean and efficient. Finally, the processed files are organized into designated S3 buckets: archives, work-in-progress, quarantined, and transformed data. This logical separation makes it easy to maintain visibility, security, and compliance throughout the workflow. This is how AWS Transfer Family, in combination with Amazon S3 and EventBridge, delivers a scalable, automated, and secure file transfer experience, designed for modern businesses and legacy systems alike. When dealing with enterprise-grade data transfers, security and compliance are paramount. AWS Transfer Family provides a robust framework to ensure your file transfers are both secure and auditable, meeting the highest standards in the industry. To start with, all transfers are protected using end-to-end encryption. Data in transit is encrypted using TLS 1.2, ensuring secure communication over SFTP, FTPS, or FTP protocols. Once files land in Amazon S3 or EFS, they are encrypted at rest using AWS Key Management Service, giving you centralized control over encryption keys and policies. Access control is tightly managed through AWS Identity and Access Management. Each user is associated with a specific IAM role that defines precisely what they can access, down to the bucket, prefix, or even individual files. This enables a least privilege model, reducing risk by ensuring users only see what they need. Credential management is streamlined with AWS Secrets Manager. Instead of hard-coding SSH keys or passwords, credentials are stored securely and managed centrally. This not only enhances security, but also simplifies key rotation and compliance workflows. From a monitoring standpoint, CloudTrail logs every API call, while CloudWatch logs provide detailed visibility into user activity, authentication attempts, and file transfer operations. This ensures complete auditability for forensic analysis or compliance reporting. Transfer Family is also aligned with industry-leading compliance frameworks, including SOC 1, SOC 2, SOC 3, HIPAA, PCI DSS, and FedRAMP, making it suitable for highly regulated environments like healthcare, finance, and government. Additionally, you can integrate with external identity providers via federated authentication, enabling multi-factor authentication for enhanced access security. When planning your file transfer workflows in AWS, it's important to understand how AWS Transfer Family pricing works so you can scale cost-effectively and avoid surprises. At the core of the pricing model are protocol-based endpoint charges. For each transfer family endpoint, whether it's SFTP, FTPS, or FTP, you pay an hourly rate that varies by the protocol and AWS region. These charges apply as long as the endpoint is enabled, whether or not it's actively being used. The pricing is fully on demand, with no upfront costs or long-term commitments, making it easy to get started without heavy provisioning or overcommitment. This model works well for both continuous operations and bursty, ad hoc workloads. It's also worth noting that you're not charged per user or per transfer. This is particularly valuable if you're managing a large number of users or handling high-frequency transfers. Your cost remains predictable, based on the number of active endpoints and data transfer volumes. On the data transfer side, inbound transfers into AWS are free, which makes large-scale data ingestion highly cost-effective. However, outbound transfers, such as downloading data from Amazon S3 or EFS back to a client, are billed based on AWS's standard data transfer rates. If your storage and transfer services are running within the same AWS region, the internal data transfer is free, reducing the overall cost of processing workflows that remain within the region boundary. That said, if you choose to use Amazon EFS as the backend instead of S3, keep in mind that additional charges apply based on EFS storage and throughput usage. To further optimize costs, consider automating endpoint enablement and disablement using AWS Lambda or EventBridge. This helps avoid paying for idle hours when the service isn't in use, an effective strategy to reduce waste in non-continuous workloads. Effective monitoring is essential when managing file transfer workloads, especially in enterprise environments where reliability, security, and compliance are key. AWS Transfer Family offers a rich set of monitoring options that integrate seamlessly with native AWS services to give you complete visibility into your transfer activity. To start, Amazon CloudWatch Metrics provides a high-level view of operational health. You can track metrics such as connection attempts, successful and failed file transfers, and user session activity. These metrics enable real-time dashboards and alerting, helping you catch issues before they become business impacting. For more granular insights, you can enable CloudWatch logs for session activity. These logs capture details like the exact commands issued during a session, paths accessed, and the result of each transfer operation. This level of transparency is critical for troubleshooting and validating file-level interactions. When using Amazon S3 as your storage backend, you can also enable S3 access logging. This provides a detailed record of every object request, including IP addresses, timestamps, and user agent data, adding an additional layer of accountability and forensic detail. AWS Transfer Family also integrates with Amazon EventBridge, allowing you to trigger automated actions in response to specific events. For example, you can automatically notify operations teams of a failed login attempt or kick off downstream workflows after a successful file upload. In parallel, AWS CloudTrail captures all API activity related to the Transfer Family service. This includes endpoint creation, user configuration changes, and authentication events. These logs are essential for audit trails, security investigations, and compliance reporting. Finally, you can create custom CloudWatch dashboards and alarms tailored to your operational needs. Whether it's monitoring for unusual spikes and failed connections, or setting thresholds for daily transfer volumes, these tools ensure you maintain control and visibility at scale. Thank you for joining us in this video. If you haven't already, we'd love for you to subscribe to our channel to stay updated with our latest content. We look forward to sharing more insights with you in another video. Until then, keep exploring. And thank you for watching.